Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be seeing the new Enderman Slayer meta using the Midas spoon. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe as it helps out the channel a lot. It's completely free and you can unsubscribe anytime. And also, I have to give credit to our analysis for coming up with the strategy. His channel link will be in the description. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So first, pets. You want to be using the Enderman pet to spawn in the boss. These cost around 50 to 70 million coins depending on the level. And you also want to have the auto pet rule for it. Next, you want to either have a golden dragon pet or an ender dragon pet. Now the thing with the ender dragon pet is it's cheaper and it has more damage. However, the golden dragon pet is a lot more expensive. It has less damage. However, it has more magic find. So that's up to you guys on whether you want to use the golden dragon or the ender dragon pet. Now for equipment, I'm using a magma necklace, a molten cloak, an implosion belt, and a glowstone gauntlet. The glowstone gauntlet and magma necklace both have MPMR, which is the best for this boss unless you want to use dominance. But I'll be getting more into attributes later on in the video. But generally, you just want to get as much mana pool as possible. Now for the armor, we're going to be using Wither Goggles and 3/4 Crimson. Now the star on a Crimson doesn't really affect how fast your boss goes. It only affects the survivability during the boss. But I'm not even using an Ender Artifact or an Ender Relic, and I'm able to survive these bosses. So don't worry about the stars too much. You want to have Loving on your Crimson chestplate and Necrotic on the rest of the pieces with Mana Pool and Mana Regen 5. Some of my pieces don't have that yet. And also, we unlock the gemstone slots so that we can get 40 intelligence each. You can also use perfect sapphire gemstones, but it makes a minor difference. Now going on to utilities such as weapons and other gear. First we have the Hyperion. The Hyperion isn't required for this. It's only used as a healing item, and it's also used to kill Endermen when you spawn them in with the Ender Pearls, which I'll be getting into when we get into the meta. You're also going to need a Midas staff. Make sure you buy one that is bidded with 100 million coins, or else you won't get damage. And I also put Ender Slayer 7 and Giant Killer 7 on this. Depending on how high your stats are, you might not need these enchants, but they definitely do help a lot in the boss. Next, you're going to need an Overflux. You can also do this with a Plasma Flux or an SOS Flare, except the 100% base mana regen is really helpful, so an Overflux is highly recommended. I haven't tested this out with a Mana Flux, but depending on if you want to get 90-second bosses or 30-second bosses, you may need an SOS Flare, or you can just stick with the Mana Flux if you're going with my method. Next, you need a Wand of Atonement so that you can heal up after using the Ender Pearls, since when you use Ender Pearls you take damage. You're also going to need some type of bow. A Terminator works really well. You can also use an Artisanal short bow, except it's not as effective. You're also going to need a Reaper Scythe with Wither Specters in them. You can also use tank zombies, but they can be expensive and hard to find, and they're really slow. So this is up to you. And you're also going to need a Reaper Mask. Additionally, I highly recommend you guys get Twilight Arrow Poisons, and I'll explain this later. And this is combined with any short bow that you have. It just allows the boss to take 1.1 times more damage during the fight. So this is incredibly helpful. And make sure you guys have an arrow swapper and set this to explosive arrows, because that way you're able to use the Twilight Arrow Poison so that the boss takes more damage and just stack your quiver with them. Lastly, for the Reforges, I highly recommend getting Sighted because it's very cheap and it works pretty well. However, if you have the money and you're struggling with your bosses, you should get Bizarre. Now, right now, Bizarre is very expensive. And if we do buy 9 of these, It's 388 million coins. I'm not sure if you guys want to spend that much money for it. Like maybe 250 more mana. But that's up to you. Just to explain what crimson stacking is. Once you kill one of these mobs, you'll see that somewhere here, next to your health, you see a 2 and then a little lightning strike. Once this reaches 10, it means that you have a bunch of damage that you can do, and you reach max stacks. Like right there, you heard the little thud noise. That means you're at 10 stacks. And this is basically when you can get a lot of damage. Now, when I say the crimson stack or reset your crimson stack in the video, it just means either find a Voidling Fanatic while you're doing your boss and just kill it, or you want to toss a pearl down and then use your hype. Now, you shouldn't do this unless you're at full health or like 3/4 of your health, because it does do a lot of damage, like right there. So I would be careful while doing this. But it is a lot more reliable than having to kill these Voidling Fanatics, since other people are also trying to summon their bosses as well.